Hey guys, and welcome back to today's college football pick video play for Saturday, December 23rd, 2017. If you're interested in getting all of our bowl plays, you can access those over at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description, and be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. So, coming into this one, going to be talking about this matchup here between Appalachian State and Toledo, and give our take on where we feel the better value is going to be on the over-under. Currently, that total sitting at about 61 to 62 points. So, starting with Appalachian State, they went 8-4 throughout the course of the regular season. Maybe not quite the results that they wanted to have. They had very high expectations coming into this season, returning a lot of veteran talent, but a few of their losses were by just a possession, such as their 1-point loss at home against Wake Forest, a very winnable game, a 3-point loss on the road against UMass, and then also a touchdown loss on the road against ULM, and what was another winnable game. If App State would have been able to come through in those three particular matchups, they would be 11-1 right now, and probably a lot happier with what they were able to do throughout the course of the entire regular season. But nonetheless, a very respectable year, 8-4 overall, 7-1 in conference. And Appalachian State, they showed positive signs on both sides of the ball. They were 34th in the nation in scoring average, 33rd in total team defense. They had a plus-minus of about plus 12 points, and their offense really stepped up down the stretch run. They had 45 points against ULM. Then they beat Georgia Southern by 21 points, putting up 27, and then 31 points on the road against Georgia Southern in a winning effort. And then they closed things out with a very impressive 63-14 win at home against UL Lafayette. So Appalachian State, their best offensive performance of the entire regular season was in their regular season finale, and we feel like that can probably carry over into this bowl game here, build off of that momentum. They have a veteran quarterback in Taylor Lamb. He's thrown for 27 touchdowns, 2,600 yards. We expected a little bit more out of Lamb this year, but this is an Appalachian State team that is a really balanced unit. They run the ball quite a bit, averaging about 215 yards on the ground compared to 223 yards through the air. So with that balanced attack, Lamb wasn't able to put up quite the astronomical numbers that you typically get out of a team that would go 7-1 in a conference such as the Sun Belt. So their opposition here today, the Toledo Rockets, they also had very high expectations coming into the year with a talented veteran roster, and they largely lived up to those expectations. They went 11-2 overall. Their only defeats came on the road against Miami as well as on the road against Ohio. Two very good teams. The Rockets down the stretch, they were impressive. They picked up 3 straight wins after that disappointing result on the road against Ohio, all of them in convincing fashion. They completely blew out Bowling Green on the road, putting up 66 points. Then they scored 37 on Western Michigan in what was a 27-point win. And then in the MAC championship game, getting past a decent Akron squad by a final of 45-28. Of course, Toledo leaning on their offense this year to have a lot of success. They were 12th in the nation in scoring, putting up about 39 points per game, 56 in total team defense. They had a plus-minus of about plus 14, which is fairly similar to what Appalachian State had, but I would say that Toledo had the tougher overall schedule this year, so the fact that they had a better plus-minus against a slightly tougher slate is a bit more impressive, and that's why they come into this one favored by right around a touchdown. So Toledo, their quarterback, Logan Woodside, he's thrown for nearly 3,800 yards, 28 touchdowns. They also have Terry Swanson, the running back, who's put up over 1,300 yards, a big threat there as well. They ranked 21st in the nation in passing, 26th in rushing, and they're putting up about 500 yards, actually a little bit more than 500 yards per game on average, was also very impressive. So we feel like Toledo is probably going to have success here offensively against what's a decent Appalachian State defensive unit. But Toledo, they've shown that they can get the job done and put up big numbers against a wide variety of competition. And we feel like that's going to be the case here today. Also, Appalachian State scoring 63 points in their regular season finale. We feel like they can carry that offensive momentum into this matchup. And as a result, we see this being a higher scoring affair. And if Appalachian State is going to have any shot at trying to pick up this upset, they're going to have to be putting up a lot of points on the board. And we think that they can probably do that and keep pace for the most part here with this lethal Toledo offensive unit. Also, let's just take what these two teams average. So you have Toledo, 39 points per game, Appalachian State averaging about 33 or so points per game, and you add those two up and you get well over 70 total points. And right now the over-under for this one is only at about 61 to 62. So with that being the case, We feel like the over is going to be the better value bet here. If you guys agree with this play, give the video a thumbs up. If you disagree, give it a thumbs down. Check out all of our picks at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description, and click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping on in. We hope to see you guys in future videos. Bye.